The Eugene faithful make their annual spring pilgrimage to Autzen Stadium to catch their first glimpse of this year's Oregon Ducks. Coming up. In Eugene, the standard doesn't reset. It reloads. Built on speed.
20, 10, 5, boom!
Defined by moments. Fueled by a fan base that never lets it fade. Familiar faces return, ready to soar even higher. They've seen what it looks like. They've felt how close it is. But this isn't just about who's back, because what they started isn't finished. There is more to chase. Year after year of excellence under Dan Lanning, could 2026 be the year for Oregon football? It's time to start finding out. It's the spring game, the Fighting Ducks against the Combat Ducks in Autzen Stadium. And making his Big Ten football analyst debut, Kenyon Barner, the former Ducks All-American, AJ Cannell alongside with you. And this Oregon team, they're in the national spotlight. So many people around the country paying attention to Dan Lanning and Oregon football. But it all kind of starts that success, trace it back to this community here in Eugene.
Listen, when you talk about community and you look up the definition, Eugene has to be somewhere in the wording of community, because this community does nothing but to support this team. This team comes out, the community comes out, gives you a real game day experience, allowing players and the fan base to get some reps in.
Well, let's take a look at Dante Moore, the 2026 Heisman Trophy candidate, back in Eugene.
Listen, Dante Moore is a guy who had an opportunity to be one of the first players, if not the first player taken off the draft board in this year's NFL draft. But he said no. This team has some unfinished business to take care of. He chose to come back, did that, and that's what a leader does. A leader goes down with the ship, but also rises with it, and that's just what Dante plans to do this season.
Moore at the helm in 2026. We have the spring game coming your way on Big Ten Network, straight ahead from Autzen Stadium here in Eugene. You are watching the 2026 Oregon Spring Football Game on a gorgeous Saturday afternoon in Eugene, Oregon. AJ Cannell alongside Kenyon Barner. And let's go down to the field with head coach Dan Lanning, joined by Chris Clayton.
Coach, why is the spring game important to you in this program?
You know, it's the best way for us to create a game-like environment for our players. You look at our fans, they're unbelievable today. They came out here. It's an opportunity to celebrate some of our former Ducks that are coming back from the NFL to hang out with us today. And it's just a great set-off for the 2026 season.
Final spring practice, what do you hope to accomplish today?
Let's play some good football. I want to see guys go out there and play clean. I want to see guys that made great steps throughout the spring, some physicality, show up today and walk out of here healthy.
Thanks, Coach.
Appreciate you.
And looking at what Oregon does for its spring game, Kenyon, you see a lot of programs mix it up, involve some different rules. Really not here. This is just football.
Listen, line it up, hit somebody, and play ball. That's what Dan Lanning and his coaching staff is all about. They're all about the physicality aspect of football, and I expect to see a lot of that here on this field today.
You just heard from Coach. He also told us this week that he was like, we're not going to do a hot dog eating contest and play 7-on-7. We're going to play football.
Got the pads and helmets on for a reason. Let's put them to use. I'm in complete agreement with that.
The only difference that you saw there on the screen was that the quarters are running. They have, kind of a designed rep count workload that they're looking to get certain players. They're going to stop time in the last 2 minutes of each half and work on the 2-minute drill. So it's the Combat Ducks wearing black, the Fighting Ducks wearing white. And no matter what happens on these kickoffs, it's going to be a touchback. But in that case, it actually was.
I would have loved to been able to see DeCorian get some action on that. bring it out, get his feet wet a little bit.
Some dynamic return men coming back this year for Oregon.
A few of them. You start right there with De'Aaron Hill, who will probably be the starting guy doing it, but then right after that, you have DeCorian Moore. You have Jeremiah McKellen that could actually step in there and get it done. So there's a few guys that can actually return this ball for this Oregon Ducks football team.
Coy Parrish as well coming in.
Exactly.
An all Big Ten returner. And it's De'Aaron Hill Jr. getting the carry and getting tripped up on the first play.
That's how you come up. That's how you come up as a DB and make your presence felt. I always judge a defense on their secondary. Do you have corners that are willing to come up and make a play in the run game? And we've seen exactly that on that play.
It's Brock Thomas, backup quarterback last year, under center, now in the shotgun for Oregon. And completing a pass to Evan Stewart, who is whistled down. Brock Thomas, I mean, what a story. A 5'10" walk-on from right here in Eugene.
Another homegrown kid. I mean, you go back to last season with Bryce Betcher. Having a guy grow up in this community, be able to come to this university, wear the uniform, put the helmet on, and come out and perform, because he did exactly that last season in a few games and won some games for this club.
He leapfrogged Austin Novosad last year, a 4-star recruit, to become the backup, and came in at times and contributed behind Dante Moore. And of course, he's going to be competing this year, potentially, depending on what they decide to do as well with Dylan Raiola. That's the battle for the backup quarterback job.
Exactly that. One thing you got to love about Coach Lanning is every job is up for grabs. Everybody has to compete no matter where you're at. And as we talked to him the other day, he even said Dante has to compete. And so, you know, that you got to love that about a football program that lets you know if you come in here and compete, you can get what you earn.
So leads to 4th down and 11. And a punt coming, which is just an automatic fair catch. Bailey Ettridge sends it away. Oregon having to replace a couple of specialists at place kicker and punter this year, and ultimately the catch is made there by DeCorian Moore.
You say ultimately, and ultimately is correct. You got to keep your feet moving as a punt returner. Dead feet get you beat every time. So I'd love to see DeCorian Moore, one, get comfortable out there, because that's what punt return is all about as a returner. It's about a guy being able to see the ball off the punter's foot, react, settle in, have quiet feet, catch that ball, and make a play.
And now it's time for Dante Moore to take the field for the first time in a game environment heading toward the 2026 season. And the handoff there on 1st down to Jordan Davison. He is the thunder to De'Aaron Hill's lightning. But let's talk about Dante Moore, the UCLA transfer who has emerged for Oregon.
Every decision that Dante has made leading up to this point has led to him being in the position that he's in. This guy had an opportunity to be one of the first guys taken off the NFL draft board this season, but decided against that. And that says a lot about that kid. One, his desire to get better, because he didn't like what he produced on the field last season. But not only that, his willingness to come back and be here for this team and lead them possibly to a national championship.
That's, to me, I'm with you, one of the biggest storylines of the team. And certainly for Moore, that decision when he could have been a top draft pick to come back anyway, pursue greatness at this level, and even improve his readiness for the next level. Why do you think he made that decision ultimately?
Ultimately, I don't think he was happy with the complete picture of how he performed. I think he knows that there was games where he could have been better. There was throws that he could have made. I mean, you go back to some of his interviews last season, he actually said there were times where he's seen ghosts on the field. And at the NFL level, you have to be on cue, on your P's and Q's, and get the job done. So that was a very adult, grown man decision of him.
He just completed a pass to DeCorian Moore as they go up-tempo, and the fake, and Moore to Moore once again down the sideline.
A little Eminem connection. You expect to see a lot of that this season. A lot of DeCorian Moore and Dante Moore getting the ball downfield. Beautiful throw. Reed being on the same page. Back shoulder throw. Great catch. Way to go.
I mean, DeCorian Moore, the only thing that stopped him at times last year was the fact that he wasn't fully healthy coming down the stretch.
I remember talking to DeCorian before the Penn State game, and I told him, this is where legends are made. This is what this kid's mentality is. He looked me dead in my face, didn't smile, said, this is why I came here, and watch me work. Barring health, this kid is going to be elite. He's going to be special, one of the top receivers in the country. You expect nothing less from a guy of that caliber.
That was Simeon Price, who played for 3 previous schools, but most recently for Colorado. He's that veteran in the running back room that just got the carry.
And we need him to step up and be exactly that veteran. This is a very young group. You expect the guys to play to be the leaders, right? You expect Jordan Davis, you expect De'Aaron Hill, but they don't have the experience as far as being on the field as much as Simeon. So you expect him to come in, provide that leadership, help these guys come along this season and really get this ground game going.
The give to Price. And he's taken down. Let's go down to Chris with Jeff Bossa.
Jeff, you're back in Autzen Stadium after playing a year in the NFL. What goes through your mind when you come back for game day on this field?
Yeah, coming back is amazing, man. Just, seeing the crowd, seeing the stadium packed out, but then also, running into a lot of other alumni and a lot of other coaches as well. Obviously, there's been some coaches that have left and there's some new coaches that have came up, but the fact that I'm still in some of the film room and there's still some of the meetings and they're still saying hey man, it's nice to meet you and stuff and whatnot. But no, it's always great to come back and show love and support for these boys that have been grinding so hard. So,
how do you think playing for Oregon prepared you for the NFL?
I think it prepared me tremendously, especially playing in Coach Lanning's defense. That's a defense that not a lot of people are running nowadays, and I feel like that defense really prepared me. Especially for me going from here to the Chiefs, with Coach Spags at the Chiefs running a complex defense, I feel like I'm really prepared. I was really prepared when it came to the mental aspect of the game. So
you played with a lot of these linebackers on this current Oregon team. Who really stands out in that group? Do you think that could have a big year?
100%. Yeah. No. Those are my guys. Those are my savages, and they'll know when they watch this. But guys like Jerry Mixon, Gavin Nix, who came in right after I left, and then Devin Jackson. And then Will Stratton, also a young guy that not a lot of people know of, but a guy who's going to be flying around for the Ducks defense. But I know those guys grind hard, and they're led by Coach B. Mike, who that's my man. And I really feel like with the great coaches, what's going on? But with the great coaching that they get from B. Mike, I feel like they're going to be the sky's the limit for them.
When you go back to when you played in the spring game, what was your mentality in developing in this type of game?
So my mentality for the spring game was, that's our first time to actually go live on a good-on-good situation, because you kind of go through all that training after the season, winter training, where you're just really seeing the weight room a lot. So you're dealing with Coach Love and his yelling and screaming a lot. But, that's really when that's like your first time going live, and some of these guys' first time in this stadium, right? So outside of taking visit pictures inside this stadium, I mean, this is their first time, getting a feel for what a game day atmosphere is going to be like. And that's how my mindset was always, like a game day mindset. So that's how I seen it today.
I know Duck fans are happy to see you back. Thanks, Jeff.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
Meanwhile, we have a 3rd and goal on Dante Moore and the Combat Ducks' first drive of the game. And Jamari Johnson brings in a touchdown for the Combat Ducks.
Expect to see a lot of that this season. This is a dude who also had the potential to leave this year, potentially being a 3rd-round draft pick, if not higher. Made the decision to come back. Expect to see a lot of that. Dante Moore, Jabbar getting it done. Talk about ball placement. As a quarterback, I think there's no one better than Dante Moore, being able to protect his guy. That ball was thrown in the perfect spot, somewhat back shoulder to prevent the hit from happening from the corner that was overlapping the play. Beautiful throw, beautiful catch, 6 for the Ducks.
We talked with new offensive coordinator Drew Maringer, and he discussed Dante Moore's decision-making in high-leverage situations like a 3rd and goal, and kind of lumped that into that's a ball control conversation right there. That's how you avoid turnovers and get more production offensively.
Absolutely, and we call that the money down. 3rd downs are the money downs, and then you're in the money area of the field in the red zone. You have to turn that into points. There's a couple of things that you can't do in that area. Turn the ball over and have penalties. We didn't do either one of those, and we've seen the points get put on the board.
And coming up, it's Big Ten softball. The Bruins and the Huskies, a couple of teams near the top of the college softball world, continue their huge series in Seattle. That is what's next on Big Ten Network and the Fox Sports app. They're showing Bryce Betcher, who was, of course, their leading tackler, all Big Ten linebacker last season, was just recently selected by the Indianapolis Colts in the 4th round. As you see the full list of Oregon players drafted so far, Kenyon, and Bryce Betcher here today in Autzen just got a huge ovation.
Heart and soul of this defense. I told Bryce that a couple years back when he first started playing. This is a dude that plays football the way the game that it's supposed to be played. Energy, effort, desire, and heart gets no better than Bryce Betcher.
And they're just playing tag down on these kickoffs. And Bryce Betcher is going to Indianapolis, 4th round pick for Betcher.
Congratulations to my guy, man. Gets to continue his career. Again, a baseball player turned football. Beautiful story, and I think my guy's gonna have a great career at the next level.
And certainly this Oregon defense with 8 returning starters, they bring a lot back, but they have a couple of important pieces to fill in for, and there is Betcher.
Definitely have some spots to fill in. When you have a coaching staff that's built the way that this coaching staff is built, and you see what they've been able to do with guys that they bring in year after year, even with the turnover, this defense, these offenses were very successful. And so I think this team will be pretty good come season time.
We just saw a tackle by DeAndre Robinson, and just there's so much depth coming back up front for Oregon.
Continue to reload. That's what you do, and that's what Dan Lanning does so well through the portal and obviously through the high school kids, through that class. You just continue to develop and continue to bring guys in, and all of these guys perform.
A.J. Pugliano, redshirt sophomore from nearby Medford, Oregon, with the reception. We mentioned 8 returning starters on defense, the entire front 4, which all could have gone to the draft, are all coming back this year.
This team this year puts me in the mindset of that 2024 Ohio State team where all those guys on defense decided to come back because they had a point to prove. And when you look at the way that this defense performed last season, you expect it to be a much better and a greater season. I'm really excited about what these guys can do. And I know being in the locker room, talking with these guys, they have a chip on their shoulder, and I think they're going to carry that into the season. It's going to be great.
Dylan Raiola in there for this drive for the first time in front of the full fan base wearing the Oregon colors. Completes it to Evan Stewart.
Great release, stack, stick, get inside, catch the ball. For those of you who are wondering why Evan Stewart isn't being tackled, he has on a green jersey. So that green jersey clearly means no contact for those who may be wondering why everybody else is being tackled. Right back at him, deep ball.
They make the connection, and Stewart is gone.
That's what we missed all last season. You know, talking to this kid, great kid first and foremost, but a guy who was looking to have a really breakout season for the Oregon Duck football team, a guy that's capable of that every single time he steps on the field. So I'm really excited about that. Good for that kid to be able to get in the end zone, get his feet wet, and get those jitters out in this spring game. Beautiful ball by Dylan. And I don't think we can say enough about Dylan and the decision that he made as well. Coming here from being a starter, willing to be possibly being able to accept a backup role. And I think that says a lot about this program, but also a lot about Dylan, a guy that recognized that he can come here, develop, grow, and become a better football player.
And what a first drive for Raiola.
Quick 2 plays and a touchdown, huh?
Yeah, that is how you do it. A 76-yard touchdown to Evan Stewart, who before the season, or before this game, told the media he feels like this season is do or die for me, is what he said, coming back from the torn patellar tendon last year. And understanding that he has a chance to get drafted at a high level, but he has to come back, get healthy, and prove it.
Got to prove it. That's one thing about this game of football. It is a prove-it sport. And one thing about Evan Stewart, he has the mentality and the mindset to come in and do exactly that.
And Dylan Raiola, shades of Dante Moore a couple of years ago. 5-star recruit, making the decision to transfer from Nebraska, knowing that he is not likely going to play in his first season as a starting quarterback, at least.
And you said it, you hit the nail on the head. Dante made that same exact decision, coming here to play and get behind Dylan Gabriel. And again, for Dylan Raiola, a guy who was the guy at Nebraska, has all the capabilities and the talent in the world to make the decision to leave a place where his bread is buttered come here, work, grind, and get up under this coaching staff and the tutelage also of Dante Moore, because I'm sure these guys are going to help each other in those meeting rooms. It says a lot about him. And when his time comes, the world should watch out.
I totally agree. It really does. I mean, there's a lot of people that wouldn't have looked at it that way. They would want to go right away to a place where they're going to play. But I think he's making the long-term play, the long-term bet by deciding to come to Oregon. It's
like investing. You have short-term and then you have long-term.
Yeah.
He's definitely and clearly invested in his long-term gains as a football player.
I like long-term investments. I think those are the ones that pay off.
They pay off
more often.
Absolutely. Give you more on the back end.
So we saw Brock Thomas start the first drive, then Raiola on the Fighting Ducks side. Now let's see what the Combat Ducks do. It's going to be Akili Smith Jr. getting the second series, not Dante Moore.
Listen, this is legacy right here. Father played here, and I have a pretty good relationship with Akili, so I know how he teaches this kid to play the game of football and the expectations that he has. But not only that, Akili Smith Jr. has these same expectations of himself.
Let's go back down to the sideline with Chris.
Bryce Betcher just drafted the NFL, playing for the Indianapolis Colts. What was that moment like for you, getting drafted to the league?
You can't really put it into words, man, but it was special. You know, I had all my family and close friends there, and yeah, special.
Your journey, I mean, you started with a strong baseball background. You're from Oregon here. When you think about your journey and now you're going to be playing the NFL, how do you put that into words?
Like I said, it's hard to. Obviously started here in Eugene, being from here, you know, walking onto the baseball team, walking onto the football team. But, you know, football is my passion. Coach Lanning, Coach, you know, B. Mike gave me a shot, and my family supported me, so I'm just blessed to, you know, I've gotten drafted by the Colts.
You got a huge ovation here. The stadium went into a roar when they showed you on the Jumbotron. What was that moment like?
It was pretty cool, man. Obviously, it's a little bittersweet watching my guys take the field. You know, and they're going to ball out this year, but, you know, being on the other side of it, talking to Jeff and Josh and Brady, you know, there's big-time Duck alums that are here at the spring game. It's pretty cool.
Well, your absence leaves a void among the linebackers. Who do you think can step up this year and take those opportunities?
You know, that room is deep. They got a lot of guys. You know, obviously you got Jerry Mixon and Devin Jackson coming back. There are some veterans who've got a lot of minutes for us. So they're definitely going to step up. But, you know, look out for some young guys in the room, you know, like, you know, D. Will and my guy Will Stratton, who's a, you know, fellow walk-on of mine, and Gavin Nix, and, you know, Braden Platt. And the room's, you know, endless. Like, there's a lot of new guys and a lot of talent. So
I know Duck fans are excited to have you back. Thanks, Bryce.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys.
You know, something that Dan Lanning was quick to point out to us, too, is, you know, I asked him about kind of a new-look linebacker room, but he made the point that, look, Jerry Mixon, Devin Jackson have played a lot of football together. And it's still a very experienced room, as that pass is tipped and incomplete. Trey McNutt, the redshirt freshman safety, making the play on defense. So we're going to fourth down now on that incomplete pass by Akili Smith. Dan Lanning entering his 5th year as the head coach of Oregon. It's really tough to ask for too much more than the product he's put out there in the field so far. Just pure consistency year after year.
Dan is he has a great eye for talent. Great eye for talent, but not only that, he's talented himself. You see he's talented not only in players, but his coaching staff continues to put the right guys in place. I mean, you look at the guys that have left and went on to become head coaches at other places. He continues to keep this machine running like a well-oiled machine.
We're going to talk about some of the changes on the coaching staff, but we're getting to the end of the first quarter of the Oregon football spring game. It is the Combat Ducks and the Fighting Ducks all tied up at 7. And the teams are going to switch sides here in Autzen Stadium. Be back for more here in Autzen as the spring game continues. Hey, it's tied up at 7 after 1 quarter in the Oregon football spring game. Tonight, see the Ducks hit the diamond. They take on Penn State. It's college baseball live on Big Ten Plus. Download the app today. It's always game on. Well, the roster comes back pretty close to intact overall. We've been talking about it, but the coaching staff, Oregon football, promoting 2 different people to become the new coordinators as Will Stein moves on and takes the Kentucky head coaching job. Tosh Lapoy, the head coach at Cal, the former offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator respectively. And so now here's what you have with a little bit of a domino effect in these different coaching rooms.
I think it says a lot about this coaching staff, and again, going back to Dan Lanning and his ability to hire. It says a lot about the assistant coaches that he brings in to get up under coordinators that then go on to leave and become head coaches, and about the guys that he has in-house, that you can trust the people to continue on building upon what was already in place here. I think that says a lot about these guys.
One of 4 power conference teams to keep the same coach but have 2 new coordinators, and the only team in the conference is Thomas makes the completion to the outside.
Big boy running. That's what you call that, getting behind your pads, putting your helmet on somebody, and just punishing them.
That's Marcus Dixon, who is moving back to tight end. He converted to defensive end during his time at Clemson. Clemson transfers back to Oregon, now is going to play tight end, and showed why.
Well, listen, he's a monster of a man. That was a lot of power running with the football right there. That's the type of guy that'll put a lot of fear in defenders.
Got a 3rd down and 5 for Brock Thomas and the Fighting Ducks. Thomas lets it loose, and the pass is complete to Wrestler. It was close. It looked maybe just short, but they gave him the 1st down. And now it's Chris Hampton, the first-year defensive coordinator. We talk about Drew Meringer taking over offensively. It's Hampton is the new DC with Messiah Hampton, unrelated, making the catch.
And typically you see the play calling duties go to a different guy, right? Hampton would be calling on one side and someone else would be calling on the other side. But when we talked to Hampton yesterday, he said he wanted to get the reps. He wanted to get the reps, and so he's calling it for both teams today.
Let's go down to Chris with Josh Connerly Jr.
Yeah, you're on the East Coast now. You're in Washington, but you're from Seattle. You were a Duck. What's it like being back here in Eugene?
I love it, man. I mean, this is everything that I remember it being. Just having a great time with the guys, and love just being out here watching a good game of football and watching the guys compete. So, yeah.
After your rookie season in the NFL, if you could go back, what would be advice to yourself as you prepare?
That everything you're gonna have to do in the league is on your own. Obviously, there's lots of resources, lots of good vets to lean on. But in terms of preparation, you're gonna have to lean on yourself a lot more than anybody. Really, the speed picks up 10 times more. So just making sure that you're ready, make sure your body's ready, and just get out there and compete.
A couple anchors on this team's offensive line, Dave Iuli, Pancho Laulu. You played with both those guys. Can you tell me about what it's like being Pancho's teammate, what he brings to the O-line?
What it means being Pancho's teammate. That's my guy. So that was my young boy when he came in. Just seeing him grow as a man of God, and he inspired me to really stay in touch with my faith. And there's no one better to lead this room this year than Pancho. And I'm just super proud of him. And same with Dave too. Dave was my roommate here all 3 of my years. It's just great to see his growth as a man as well. And I'm ready to see him get out there and compete when he can. So, yeah.
Welcome back to Eugene. Thanks for your time.
For sure. Thank you.
Well, Josh was a first-round pick, number 29 overall last season, and hearing him talk about Pancho Laulu, it shows you his feelings. And Dave Iuli, who's not active today as well, they have some holes to fill, as that's a backward pass, and it's a trick play with Hill.
Keep him running.
De'Aaron Hill throwing that pass. I'm actually thinking back on that, Kenyon. The second straight spring game they have run that play.
Listen,
for whatever reason.
We got to throw some trick plays in there. We understand that the world is watching, so we want to give them something to think about. Dier has to complete that pass. He has to deliver that ball, keep his receiver running. Great route, $1 million move with a $5 finish.
That was Nathan McCoy trying to hold on to it, could not. But talking more about the O-line room now, with great leadership in the two returning starters, in Iuli and Laulu, but 3 different other spots. They need to figure out who is going to play.
And that's what's hard about that decision, you know, having guys who don't have the experience, guys that are stepping into roles that are going to require them to be mentally tough, guys that it's going to require them to be on time and in places where they need to be. It's going to be quite the decision, it's going to be quite the battle, but again, I trust in Alik, the offensive line coach. I trust in him and knowing that he'll be able to decipher who the best guys are for this team and put the best product on the field.
Third down and 9 for Brock Thomas. Quarterbacks get a lot of freedom at the line of scrimmage and are expected to find the right play at the line as Thomas made an adjustment, now rolls out. On the move, his pass is incomplete.
Great pocket awareness. You ready to feel the pocket closing in on him, rolling out, creating space, creating time, extending the play. That's what you want from a quarterback. Oh, that's a beautiful throw. Gotta have that. Gotta have that. Gotta have those. Those are the type of plays and the type of throws that keep drives going, keep drives extended, gives you a potential and opportunity at some points.
Jack Ressler's been active on the drive. He wasn't able to hold on, as this is a 51-yard field goal from Gage Hurrick.
And this is another position that we have to get figured out after Atticus Sappington departed. One of the most, I called him Atticus Automatic Sappington, a guy who didn't miss last season. So definitely got to figure out who's going to be the kicker, because we understand how important kickers are. And in those big-time moments in big-time games, those 3 points, those extra points, they absolutely add up and come into play in the totality of a game.
Well, I was going to get your nickname for Gage, but he did not make the field goal. So maybe we'll wait until he knocks one in.
We'll wait.
Yeah, that position, as we know, you could not talk about it and have it not come up for a while, but then in the most important moment of the season, that might be what decides your fate.
Listen, there's a lot of position on the field that I wouldn't have a problem playing. Kicker is not a position that I want to play. It's really, you're on an island. It's strictly just you.
It was funny, we were talking about left tackle in obviously a lot different than being a kicker, but sort of in the same vein of which positions are the most on an island in football. Kicker is a good one.
Kicker takes the cake for sure, because there's nobody else to blame if something goes wrong on you, unless it's a bad snap, right? But as a kicker, if you miss a field goal, who else do you put the blame on?
If it's a bad snap, then the long snapper just goes onto the island.
Yeah, just goes on with them.
Yeah, just joins them on the island.
Yeah, but definitely that kicker position is a position I wouldn't want to play.
Smith is going to wing this one to DeCorian Moore, and he brings it in at the 20-yard line. He beats Brandon Finney Jr., their top cover corner.
Oh, good release. Stick him outside, get inside, find the ball, catch it, go up and get it, high point it. Can't ask for anything better. You would love for KJ to keep him running right there, but nevertheless, great catch, great play, great throw.
One of the honorary coaches is Diamador Lenore. Let's go down to him with Chris.
Well, it just gave up a big pass play there. What would be your critique as a NFL and former star corner on that play down in coverage?
Just to keep going for the DB. You know, we play a game where you're not going to always make all the plays. So, you know, you just got to keep fighting.
What's it like being back here for a game day environment at Autzen Stadium?
Oh, it's crazy. Just being here, you know, I ain't been here in 5 years. Oh yeah, congrats to him. I ain't been here in 5 years, you know, just to see all the fans, you know, see all the familiar faces, the players, and, you know, just to be around the guys, you know, it's a blessing.
The ovation for Malik Benson as he's in the NFL as well. For you, when you look at this young but very talented cornerbacks and defensive back group for the Ducks, what really stands out to you, and have you been able to work with them a little bit?
Nah, this is actually my first time seeing them, but I've just been, watching from afar, and they've been carrying starting the Oregon DB factory. With just a lot of guys being in the NFL, and and they still producing. I just love to see it. It feel like we had some the 2019 class. We had some great DBs, and I feel like we didn't carry the trend, and now they're excelling with it.
Talk about a DB factory. How do you think playing here at Oregon prepared you for success in the NFL?
I felt like we was in an NFL scheme type of scheme to where we was put in position to where we had to make plays, and we had to really show up on Saturdays, but now Sundays. Yeah.
Well, congrats on your success. Thanks for your time.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
The field goal is good to put the Combat Ducks up 10-7, and there was a big roar that Chris made reference to in the crowd to wide receiver, last year's leading receiver, Malik Benson, going to Vegas.
Listen, you see my emotion when that graphic popped up. This is one of my favorite guys on the team. I really got the chance to talk to him, get to know him. A great kid, and a kid with a great work ethic, a kid who had quite the journey to get to this point. And you love to see a young kid go through the process, change, look at himself, accept responsibility for the things that he didn't do right, and ultimately be rewarded for that. So I couldn't be prouder, couldn't be happier for Malik.
And now he gets to go and catch passes from Fernando Mendoza. How about that?
How ironic is that?
Yeah. Always great to see the outreach to the community and the fan base. And I mean, this crowd has been incredible, as advertised and better.
I mean, look around. It's almost a packed house. This is, again, this community is special. This is a community. This is all this community has from a sports, essentially a professional sports team, right? There is no professional team here. All we have is the Oregon Ducks, and this community absolutely acts like it. They get behind them, support them, show up on the field and in the community.
You get those goosebumps and the adrenaline here for this spring game, which you don't get that everywhere.
You get a real game experience. It's a dress rehearsal for everybody. Oh, get through there. Get through there, Dier. Are we getting to the house? I know they letting him run. He might have been down a couple times.
I think so. I think so. They blew it dead, by the way.
Okay. They're
still playing. They're still blowing the horn and celebrating, but so it is tag on all kickoffs. Let's take a look at Dier Hill.
Great set, great cut. Get through there, turn on the Jets. He was definitely down. He's down. Might have been down a couple times on that, like we said. But nevertheless, let the kid run a little bit, get some excitement in the building, and absolutely fuel this crowd.
Look, I love a good touchdown call. I'm an announcer. I love a good touchdown call as much as the next guy, but I can't call it where it's not actually happening.
Sometimes you got to act like Stevie Wonder and act just blind to the fact of it. And that's what it seemed that's what they did, but they caught him dead. Nevertheless, ball gets out to the 50.
To our point, it got so loud here that they did blow the whistle. It was tough to hear it. The ball is spotted at midfield.
This isn't a stadium that fits 100,000 people, but on record, you hear players, you hear fan bases talk about how loud Autzen Stadium gets, and we got a small taste of that right there on that return.
Tredarian Ball, who they call T-Ball, the freshman from Texarkana, Texas, making the first down carry, giving the Fighting Ducks a second and short. And this handoff goes right back to Ball, who's hoping to make an imprint on this running back's room.
This is a kid who may be better as a receiver than he is as a running back. And that's crazy to say because how good he is as a runner. I know a couple of guys back there from Texarkana that's been able to watch him, Michael James and Trey Carson, who also played here. Trey Carson went on to play at A&M, who speaks so highly about this kid's ability to play the game of football. They kind of compare him to the likeness of a DeAnthony Thomas with his ability to be able to use out the backfield and at the receiver spot.
With Hill and Davison, the opportunities are going to have to be earned at running back this year. And Another carry, 3 straight for Ball, and he finishes that run well past the 30.
Peyton Wood coming up to make that hit. Laying the wood, no pun intended. Got to get his pass down, got to keep his feet running. Got to keep them feet running.
I'm going to give you a hat tip for that. Well done. We do have a penalty flag for, I believe, the first time.
Offense number 77, 5-yard penalty, second down.
That's the big freshman from San Francisco, Tommy Tofi.
You said it exactly right. Maybe, matter of fact, you may have understated that. Huge kid. This kid is about 6'6", 6'7", 360 pounds. But limber as they get. But one thing we can't have false starts. Those are drive killers, and will put you out of range from putting points on the board.
We got the 2-minute timeout that we just saw, and now the clock will be stopped. Stopped time is in effect, I should say, as this goes down the sideline for Evan Stewart, who already had a 76-yarder.
Looking to get more right there. A little bit too much on the ball, maybe didn't get free of the DB in time to create space and get running. But what you love to see Dylan Raiola's ability to deliver the ball downfield. That's actually really good coverage by the DB. That's good coverage by Marcus Dixon on the coverage. Great coverage. I'm sorry, Trey Watson.
Double number, Trey Watson.
Double numbers get you every
17.
time, but Trey Watson, that's actually really good coverage by him. Staying connected to the receiver, not allowing him to get space and open up and run. So that's great coverage by the DB.
Hey, that defensive back room and the cornerbacks, there is some room for players to compete and make an impact there, earn some opportunities as that pass is broken up again by Woodyard.
The way this team is built, you have to. In the NFL, there's a saying, you could lose your spot going to the bathroom. And the way Dan is developing this roster, that saying is very much true here. You could very well lose your spot going to the restroom, taking a break at practice with the way that these guys are performing, the level of talent that's coming into this Ducks roster. So it's a lot of competition going on in every room.
I mean, we talked about it this week leading in. Rent is due every day in football. That's the go-to phrase for Dan Lanning. And at cornerback in particular, you have Brandon Finney coming back.
Yeah.
And then across from him, that's where you start to question a little bit some of the different options.
Well, you know, we got to call a spade and a square a square. Opposite of Brandon Finney last season, there was a lot of questions about that. Those are some guys, Iffy, Naeem being a young guy, extremely instinctive. Instincts oftentimes got him in trouble last season. Iffy had a couple penalties with holding and pass interference, and so you're really looking for those guys to take that jump, make that jump, become better players, get better at technique, and more importantly, just be confident in their ability to play the game.
And that's the second time Gage Herrick from 50+ on that side of the field has been no good. So it's still 10-7. Tonight, catch softball live on Big Ten Plus when the Ducks are in action against Ohio State. Download the Big Ten Plus app today. It's always game on.
Our girls got to get it together. We lost one yesterday, 3-0. Got to get back on that winning track.
You are locked in. Oregon Athletics.
I love my school. I love this university. This university has given me so much. It's given to my family. This place is very near and dear to my heart and always will be.
Well, we're so happy to have you, Kenyon, as a part now of the Big Ten Network Game Analyst Team officially. Your debut as a full game analyst on our network for today's spring football game. We all just got a little bit faster collectively on our Big Ten roster.
Got a little, add a little speed to it, just a little bit. Not what it used to be, but still a little bit faster.
Definitely faster than me, as that pass connects with Davison, who's hoping to improve in that aspect of the game.
I think that's an improvement every back has to make, from Jordan Davison to the air here. Your greatest ability is being able to be, one, available on the field, staying injury-free, but having value. The more you can do, the more you have to offer. So you not only want to be a runner, but you want to be someone that can be used in the screen game and in the passing game.
Especially in a 2-minute situation like this, as Dante Moore has an opportunity to run this 2-minute offense. He threw that one away. They said there was a receiver in the area.
These moments right here, are the moments that win and lose you football games. You talk about situational football, situational awareness, guys being aware of where they are on the field of play, being able to get out of bounds, knowing when to get down, extend the play. Uh-oh, here we go. There we go.
Fourth down conversion to Jamari Johnson.
You know, when you have a guy like Dante Moore who has all of the experience, you have a guy that you're confident, regardless of how much time is on the clock, you have a guy that you know and can trust in, lead you down the field, get you in scoring range, whether it be a touchdown or a field goal, but can win you the football game.
If you compare the offense from 2 years ago with Dylan Gabriel to last year with Dante Moore, they definitely unlocked more explosive plays. Dylan Gabriel probably a little bit steadier, and
Out of bounds.
as I don't know if Price got out of bounds right there.
That's too
No,
close.
they gave it to him.
Still a lot of time on the clock.
Dante Moore, the goal I think this year is to raise that consistency level to go along with the explosive plays.
Absolutely. Tay has to get better in those clutch moments in the big time games. If he can do that, the sky is the limit. I won't even say the sky. There is no limit for this team if Dante can become better in those moments. This season is really dependent, obviously health, but it's really dependent upon Dante Moore's ability to play in those high pressure moments and really come out with success.
He's under pressure, and they're going to blow it down. Again, no contact with the quarterbacks. And so that's a big sack.
It's one thing you don't want in a 2-minute drill. You don't want to take a sack. You have to burn timeouts. Pushes you back in the field of play. Got to make up for what we lost.
So a 3rd and long now with just under 60 seconds to go. And that's blown dead. And the defense of the Fighting Ducks gets a stop.
Zaire Addison having a little trouble out there at that left tackle spot. Gotta be better. Gotta be better. Gotta be able to protect the main thing on your on your offense, and that's the quarterback. Got to his edge. The defensive end was able to get to his edge. Blue Denson able to get on the edge of the tackle, really apply that pressure, speed, get around, put the tackle in the bad spot, and was able to get home to the quarterback. Again, one thing you can't have turnovers, can't have turnovers, can't have sacks in a 2-minute drill.
Well, it's something that we were speaking with both Coach Lanning and offensive coordinator Drew Maringer about is the challenge for this offensive line. Going up against guys like that we just saw on the defensive line, it's a great way to get ready for the upcoming season.
Absolutely. I watched these guys the other day in practice do a King of the Hill drill with the offensive line and the D-line, where they really went out there and battled it out. You can't return a muff punt, fellas. But that's what you can't have at that return spot. I believe that's De'Aaron Hill back there returning. Got to be able to secure the catch. The most important thing on punt return is being able to give the ball back to the offense. Let's see here. You got the fair catch, got to settle in. Can't leave your feet. Got up under that ball a little too deep. Got to be able to read that ball a little bit better. A little breezy up here, but nevertheless, got to have that ball. Got to return it back to the offense. Going back to that offense and defensive line battles that we've seen in practice.
First down.
They're calling kick catch interference there as I think just kind of a vehicle to give the Fighting Ducks the ball, because that didn't look like kick catch interference to me.
Well, we're going to go with it. We're going to go with it. But the offensive line and D-line battles, and speaking about Zaire Addison, I watched that kid dominate this drill. And so you have to have the ability, right? One-on-one is different. You can kind of turn off and just focus on your technique. You're not worried about stunts. You're not worried about twists. You're strictly worried about the guy that you're blocking. If Zaire Hill can lock in, Zaire Addison, if he can lock in and really hone in on his craft, he's going to be a great tackle for this team.
On the rollout, the pass is complete to Evan Stewart. Thomas leading this late second quarter drive. Another opportunity after the completion to Riggs, and that intended for McCoy is incomplete.
12 seconds left on the clock. You want to try your best to get in field goal range here.
Yeah, get another opportunity for Gage Herrick, most likely after a couple of misses. I guess the only issue so far that seems to be apparent is a little bit of special team stuff with the Southern left punt and then some missed field goals against no rush, albeit 50-plus yarders. About 10 seconds to go as Thomas unloads it to Stewart. And they are in field goal range.
Field goal range, time for one more play. Quick play, has to be a quick hitter. Something that's either into the end zone or out of bounds. Very quick.
6 seconds remaining in the half.
I think they really wanted this spring game to be a launching pad for Evan Stewart as he gets back healthy from the torn patellar tendon last year. It has certainly been that. He's perhaps been the player of the first half.
No question about it. There we go, quick hitter. No, you got to get out of bounds.
Oh, yeah.
You got to get out of bounds.
Or at the very least, they have a timeout to just get down either way. Hampton was the one that tried to cut up field.
And you got to be able to get out of bounds on that. You can save your team the timeout. 2 seconds left. Listen, you catch that ball, you don't stop, you keep running. You got to get out of bounds, and that's for young fellas, young players. Situational awareness is everything in the game of football. Understanding where you're at on the field, the distance and depth that you have between defender and you have to be able to get out of bounds and save your team from burning the timeout. Still some time on the clock, 2 seconds, still some time to get some points on the board, but you have to have situational awareness. If you don't, it'll get you beat every single time.
45 yards here for Gage. I want the nickname ready if it goes. It's good.
Automatic Gage, that's what we're going to go with. We'll go with that for now. I'll have something better for you later on.
We will workshop other ideas.
Yeah, we're going to workshop.
10-10 is the halftime score. The Fighting Ducks and the Combat Ducks are all even. And yeah, any other themes that stick out from the first half? Talk about Evan Stewart having a big first half.
You love to see them clean up a little bit. You love to see Zaire Addison be able to clean up on the offensive line, right? Dier Hill on the punt return. Like as you said, there hasn't been too much that's gone wrong. But you would love to see the small mistakes that we've seen. Situational awareness, again, we just seen that. Guys really hone in. That's about the only thing. Obviously, it's been a pretty clean game for both sides of the field.
We talked about Stewart, but the other end of that connection, Dylan Raiola on that 76-yard touchdown pass on his first drive, second play. Pretty special stuff coming in as the Nebraska transfer.
We're getting to see Dylan, getting to see him throw that ball, get it deep, short throws. Really excited about him.
Great to see. Let's go back down to Chris with head coach Dan Lanning.
Well, you said you wanted to see how the guys react under the lights in front of the crowd. How do you think they've responded?
Yeah, some good, some bad, but it's been fun to see these guys go out there compete. You know, we're doing some things well, and there's a lot of stuff that we can grow from. Got to make some of these kicks that we're putting our kickers in tough situations to make, but we want to see those show up today. We're running the ball well, means we got to stop the ball, stop the run on defense. So some positives on both sides that we got to be able to attack here at halftime.
Well, you touched on it there, but what's the message in the locker room? What do you want to shore up and have better in the second half?
Yeah, just go out there and compete, man. Do what you've done in practice, all spring ball. That's what we want to see show up for these guys today.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
A lot to like, a lot to work on, of course, this time of year for head coach Dan Lanning and company. The Oregon spring football game marches on. We'll have a chat here at halftime coming up. Who's going to be more battle-tested, the Fighting Ducks or the Combat Ducks? So far, all square at 10. It's halftime. Right now, get 3 months off Big Ten Plus for just $5.99 a month with promo code SAVE26 to get access to hundreds of live Big Ten sporting events. full and condensed replays and highlights, scan the QR code on the screen or go to big10plus.com and make sure to enter SAVE26 when selecting a monthly pass at checkout to take advantage of this offer. Evan Stewart had an 100-plus yard first half for Oregon and the Combat Ducks. The Oregon football spring game is all tied up at 10. It is halftime here in Autzen. The Fighting Ducks and the Combat Ducks doing battle. They're going to unite as one and become the Oregon Ducks again pretty soon, and this is the 2026 schedule. The goal is take care of business early on, because then the schedule gets a lot more difficult the second half.
Does it get difficult? I mean, even in the beginning of the season, you have SC, you have UCLA, you have these teams, but once you get to that back end, those last couple of games, the Ohio State, Michigan, Michigan State, Washington, those games will matter. Those games will determine where you're at the end of your season. We know what Ohio State will be. Michigan has refueled and rebuilt. Washington is always a tough game, and Michigan State out at Michigan State is going to be an issue. So this team's really going to have to be locked in, healthy, and ready to play a tail end of football.
They have that early bye. That makes it a little bit tough as well. But ultimately, this is a schedule. You look at how much talent is on this roster. They should be able to, the goal should be get through this and put yourself in perfect position for the postseason.
Absolutely. There can't be any other goal except that, right? You understand what's ahead of you. You understand what's on your schedule. You can't control it. You got to go play the games that's on the schedule. I expect this team to be there. I expect them to be ready to get the job done.
This has been your typical spring day, just glorious in Eugene. It is definitely ice cream weather. We got the second half coming up shortly. Just about time to start the third quarter. The beautiful scenic backdrop of Autzen Stadium with a packed house here in Autzen for the 2026 Oregon football spring game. Alongside Kenyon Barner, AJ Cannell with you. Overall thoughts on the first half?
I'm pretty impressed. I love what I've seen from Dylan Raiola. I love what I've seen from Dante. Love what I've seen from Brock. I love what I've seen from Evan Stewart. These guys are out here playing, they're competing, and putting a show on for the fans to see.
Evan Stewart with over 100 yards, 4 catches for 110, and that 76-yard touchdown in the first quarter.
Listen, this is what Evan Stewart is capable of. He has big playability, a guy that knows how to get downfield, knows how to release, knows how to run routes, and be a guy for this team. We expected this from him last season. Didn't happen due to injury, but he's back. He looks healthy, looks explosive. And it's going to be a great time for this team this season.
It was the torn patellar tendon that knocked him out all of last season. And Evan Stewart, the goal is to come back and contribute this year in a major way. And now Brandon Finney on the other side, the top cornerback coming back, second team All Big Ten as a freshman, and now just looking to be even better as a sophomore.
Yeah, this kid is special. Really came onto the scene, exploded, stayed on. A lockdown corner for this team. Has some moments where the lights didn't shine the brightest, but nevertheless, All-American and a kid that's looking to come back and be even better for this team this coming season.
You have some of that both on the offensive side and the defensive side, where some young players like that now all of a sudden are emerging as leaders. For more on Brandon Finney, let's go down to Chris Clayton.
Yeah, it was funny hearing Finney speak about last season. As you guys mentioned, he was a freshman All-American, right? Strong year. He led the team with 3 interceptions. But he said, looking back at last year, I actually didn't know much about the defense. So he's made it a point this offseason to learn more about everyone else's role and how he fits in. He said, I've been focusing on my weaknesses and what I'm not good at instead of resting on the laurels of what was an amazing freshman season.
To that point, what do you think someone like that, you know, there's a lot that he did well last year, but what can he work on?
Everything. Listen, the game of football is about always getting better, honing in on your craft, being better in your drop step, being better in your back pedal, hands, eye discipline, reading your keys. But for a young player like that to express that he really just played off of talent last year, didn't have a great understanding of the system. That says a lot about his maturity and where he's at, and I think should give the fan base something great to look forward to from his performances this coming up in season.
The stock is going up after he was already the defensive MVP of the Orange Bowl last year, then that's a strong indication right there for Finney, as the Combat Ducks receive the kick, and it's a kick return for Moore. We have an NFL draft update. Alex Harkey, right tackle last year, selected by the Chargers.
One thing you need on your offensive line is an absolute savage of a human being. And Alex Harkey is exactly that. This dude is and was the temperament of this offensive line. He was a dog. He was a trench goat. He was a junkyard dog, as I like to call him. Somebody who has an attitude and demeanor about him that really fuels the rest of the guys around him.
Akili Smith back in at quarterback, handoff up the middle there on first down. And so the updated list of Oregon Ducks draft picks in 2026, they're having to minimize the font size. It's getting larger.
That's usually a good sign. And again, this is a credit to this coaching staff, but to the players. They put the work in, they sacrificed, and now they're reaping the rewards of their harvest.
We have seen Benson and Harkey get picked recently, just adding to that list. No surprise, but super special to watch it unfold on the final day of the NFL draft while everyone congregates here at Autzen, as that is Davison getting wrapped up by Gavin Nix.
Listen, it seems like this defense is picking up right where it left off last season. Being able to dominate in the trenches and stop the run. That's where it starts. You have to be able to stop the run, especially playing in the Big Ten. You have to be able to stop the run. If you can't do that, you're in for a long day each and every Saturday.
When that battle on the trenches, each side is, I think, central to Oregon football's identity coming into this year. The running back room is great, and then the defensive line is just outstanding as Akili Smith is ruled down. Blue Dantzler
having a day.
Yeah, he is.
Blue Dantzler is out here dancing, okay?
The redshirt freshman Oregon State transfer redshirted for the Beavers and now has switched it up to the Ducks.
Gave a little push-pull action on that. Got his hands on the tackle, pushed him back, got him off balance, pulled him forward, and was able to get to the quarterback.
Looking ahead to 2026, mentioned the red shirt like that. That's one of the rules that's now going to change, with 9 games capped as the red shirt number compared to 4 in the postseason in previous years. Well, let's talk more about that, but first let's go down to Chris with Jamal Hill.
Another defensive guy, Jamal Hill, you're back in Eugene. What's it like being here at Autzen in a game day environment?
Man, it feels great, man. The building is still electric like it used to be, man. It feels great.
You told me before we got on, you haven't been back here in about 2 years. What's it like being back?
Man, it feels amazing, man. Still a lot of familiar faces, man, but like I said, man, the energy is still the same, man. It feels great.
You played here 2019 to 2023, so you're in an interesting position. You played in the early years of Dan Lanning and some for Mario Cristobal. What was that transition like when Dan Lanning came in as head coach?
Man, it was great, man. 2 great coaches, man. 2 slightly different approaches to it, but man, it was great to play for both of those guys, man. I feel like they both gave me things that has helped me progress in the league. So, yeah.
What are those things about your playing in Eugene that helped you prepare for the NFL?
I mean, one, playing in the elements, man. Not worried about playing in the cold. I'm a Georgia guy, so playing in the cold was something different for me, but I definitely think it helped me. And then just playing around talented guys every day, man. Just practicing against quality guys every day just prepared me for where I am now in the league.
There's some young, talented defensive backs on this current Oregon team. Based on what you've seen, who stands out in that group, if there's anybody?
Man, another good play. Man, the whole group, man, like it's the roster is just talented from top to bottom, man. It's just fun watching all these guys run around, man. So everybody, man.
Thanks for your time, Jamal.
So thank you.
How about this, Messiah Hampton beating Arlo Henderson?
That is great defense, but better offense. Perfect placement of the ball. Again, Dylan Raiola showing what he's capable of and showing what the world knows about him. Just talent. Talented
Right
quarterback.
back down the far sideline and incomplete for Hampton. You have something on the previous punt, though.
Yes, I do. Listen, being a punt returner is all about confidence. And we've seen Dier muff a ball a little bit earlier. But as a returner, you have to have a short-term memory. So on this play, you would love to see him be able to run up and save field position. This area of the field is all about field position. The more that ball bounces in the opposite direction, moving back into your territory, you're losing. And so as a returner, you want to have confidence, get up there, secure that ball, fair catch it, and know that you're secure.
Play action fake as ducking through, attempting to is Raiola, but they just blow it dead. As DeAndre Robinson, the North Carolina transfer. He was a contributor last year for Bill Belichick, and the Tar Heels has a chance to come in as a rotational piece, and they really rotate those defensive linemen in waves for the Oregon Ducks, and so Robinson could have a big impact this year.
Absolutely can, and you expect him to. Again, just continue to develop, continue to learn, continue to grow, and once you get on that field, go out and make plays.
Raiola connecting with Stewart early for a 76-yard touchdown now in a 3rd and 17 situation. Ooh. And he is brought down again. I mean, they're going no contact with the quarterbacks. They didn't need to play that out. We knew what was happening there. Anthony Jones Jr.
Listen, came through like a steaming Mack truck. Beat the double team, got on their edges, just domination. That's what you call just pure effort. Beating 2 guys, that's all about effort.
I mean, I would say, is it much of a surprise, though, Kenyon, at this stage in the process to have the defensive front a little bit ahead of the offensive line?
It's not. It's absolutely not a surprise because that's exactly how it goes in football. The defense is usually always ahead of the offense for whatever reason. But you love to see it nevertheless, because I would hate to see it be the opposite way to where the defense is struggling to find their stride. I need my defense performing at a high level come day one. You want both, but offense wins championships, offense wins games, defense wins championships.
And just more experience returning on the defensive front a little bit compared to the offensive line. As okay, that was a nice little play from Offord back to return that punt, letting that go into the end zone. And talk about the defense coming back from last year. Was already one of the best scoring defenses in FBS, and they bring back 8 starters this year from a defense that allowed the 3rd fewest in the last 30 season points per game.
This defense continues to grow. It continues to evolve. And under Coach Hampton, I expect it to take that next jump, to take that next step, to become more dominant, to control more games, and actually win games for this offense and win games for this team.
And as we move along in this spring game, deeper into the 3rd quarter and then the 4th quarter, and we see more of these depth pieces try to emerge. That's something that Dan Lanning was talking about. The more guys who can prove that they are playable defensively, that allows them to be more multiple with their looks this season and be more versatile in different formations.
It gives offensive coaches a lot to worry about, a lot to think about, a lot to prep for. When you have a multitude of guys that can come in, step in, and perform at a high level, and you don't lose, there's not a drop, that makes you a great defense. That's what great defensive are. It's about having depth. Obviously, guys are going to get tired as they're playing throughout the season. Injuries are going to happen. But when you can have that next man up mentality, like we've heard Dan say so many times over the course of last season, you put your team in a great situation and allow them to win, or you got to hit that running back. You got to move a little bit faster, baby.
That was Simeon Price on the carry. Also got a note, by the way, it's the first drive from Mark Weeper, redshirt freshman quarterback from Wilsonville, Oregon, 3-star recruit, 24/7 Sports.
You got to go. Simmons had a hold to the right. Simeon Price had a hold to that right that we got to hit. We got to attack that. You have a one-on-one matchup with a safety or corner, you got to take that.
Weeper makes the connection with Hudson Lewis. Let's go back down to Chris with Brady Breeze.
Yeah, we're on a roll with the defensive guys, I guess. Brady Breeze from Oregon Ducks safety. What's it like as an Oregonian being back here once again for a game day experience in Autzen?
Man, it's definitely, it's as good as it gets. Growing up in Oregon, coming back to the stadium and being able to play here, but coming back in as an alumni, it's definitely a special place. And to see the success that they've, carried on from, when I was at Oregon and just carried on to where they're at now is awesome to see.
Duck fans remember your career, but being the Rose Bowl MVP as well. When you think about your career, what are some favorite memories that come to mind?
Man, some of my favorite memories, obviously the Rose Bowl, Pac-12 championship, but you know, the memories that stick out to me are those days after those long practices when you're getting together with the guys, you know, just the camaraderie in the locker room. Those are some of my favorite memories. The Bible studies with our guy Josh Bidwell, those are some good memories that I have looking back at college for sure. But those big wins obviously are pretty fun too, you know.
And as you are into your professional career journey, how do you think playing for the Ducks prepared you to be a pro?
Oh man, it definitely, you know, put me ahead of a lot of guys coming into the NFL just because, you know, the staff here, the training staff, the coaches, the facilities. I mean, I felt like I was leaps and bounds ahead of some guys, you know, from a maturity standpoint. It was just, you know, a blessing to be able to come to a school like this and being able to compete against, you know, the talent that we, you know, got to play against. So, man, Oregon did a lot for me, and they're definitely doing a lot of good things for a lot of the guys that are here currently too. So.
You mentioned these current guys. They're young, but they're really talented in the secondary. Based on what you've seen, who stands out in that secondary that you've been really impressed with?
I think Coy's been doing a good job. I mean, they got a bunch of good guys this year, so I'm really excited to see what they can do. But, man, it's not like there's one or two specific guys, just the group as a whole, kind of seeing some of the film, going to some of the meetings recently. It's really cool to see, you know, their defensive back group just excelling to another level. I mean, they got guys that, you know, 5-star recruits, so it's a different level than even when I was here, so it's pretty cool to see.
I know Duck fans are happy to see you back. Thanks.
Definitely. Thanks, guys. God bless.
Brady making reference to Coy Parrish Jr., the first-year transfer from Minnesota, who's stepping into that Dylan Thieneman role this year.
You hear nothing but high praises about this kid. You heard about him coming in. And once he got here, coaches and players all speak about this guy as if he's the next big safety leaving out of here. Oregon has been known to put him out from T.J. Ward, Patrick Chung, Dylan Thieneman, and the guys after that. There are guys here that come here to play. Coy made the decision to come, and hopefully he can follow in Dylan Thieneman's footsteps and become that next first-round draft pick.
De'Aaron Hill having issues today in punt return.
There's a couple things. Confidence is everything. And I've been in this spot to where I've made a mistake on punt return where I may have muffed a punt, fumbled, and it's messed with me mentally. You have to be able to regroup. Football is about short-term memory, eyes. Get your eyes on the ball. Windy, nothing else can matter. Nothing else can matter. You got to secure that ball. And, you know, you want to see the kid just catch the ball, just be secure, be confident. Confidence is everything in this game.
Here's the other thing, though, to your initial point there. When we were talking with Dan Lanning midweek, one of the first questions we asked was, why spring football game? Well, there are a lot of programs don't do it anymore. Why do you continue to do this year after year? He said, because it's different in front of 60,000 people. And that's one of those examples.
It's completely different. This gives you, again, there's all eyes on you. When you're in a practice, it's just you, your teammates, and the coaches. Here you get that game-like experience, that pressure of knowing that everybody's watching and I got to make this play. There's no one. You got to be able to do it. And so for De'Aaron, be confident, young man. Forget the mistakes. Nobody in the game of football has ever been able to play a perfect game. Forget it. Short-term memory. Come up. And what I do love, I love that they're leaving them out here because you got to find and fight your way through these moments. It would say a lot for the coaches to take him out. Now he goes and he sits with that. But for them to leave them out there gives them an opportunity to grow mentally and fight through it.
On that last play, Ryder Hayes in for his first possession at quarterback. Xavier Larice had an interception in Oregon's second scrimmage. They've had a couple of scrimmages that were closed off. And Larice just made that pass breakup. So he's making an impact this spring already as a freshman from Melbourne, Florida, as Hayes is ruled down. Dutch Boris, the freshman from Bellflower, California, off the edge.
Listen, these defensive linemen are giving this offensive line some fits right now. Clearly have some talent on that defensive side of the ball. But listen, this is what spring ball is for. It's about being able to see what guys can do in live moments and live situations. Get to the field room after this. Work on your technique, get better, and just understand that you're playing against capable guys on the other side of the ball. They have recruited very well. High 5-star guys, 4-star guys, and this is what you get when you do that.
These guys are like, we can't even touch the quarterback, and we are still getting home and making a loud impact. It is clear as Moore calls fair catch, and that's a more routine punt receive right there, just shy of the 40.
I I talked to DeCorian a couple days ago out at practice about punt return, and he said this year is going to be a lot different for him. He feels confident, knows what he's doing, knows what he's looking at. He said it was just a timing thing, being able to get the reps, time on task. And as a returner, you need that. Every day, you need to catch punts every single day. You need to get comfortable being able to read the nose of the ball, seeing it off his foot. Looking forward to seeing what DeCorian does.
Seeing this running time format, if they call this dead, and they will here. End of the third quarter, Combat Ducks, Fighting Ducks. What a tradition at Autzen Stadium. It is shout.
No better tradition in all of college football than that right there. No better tradition. I love it. Energize you. Listen, I could tell a couple of those boys grew up in a Baptist church the way they was getting the feet was moving.
I like a little bit softer now. You had guys that were just going full snow angel, just lying on their backs on the field.
He says it so many times you can't help but lay down.
Yeah. Start of the fourth quarter. It is the Combat Ducks. We had a scoreless third quarter. And the Combat Ducks wearing black with an opportunity. And Achilles Smith Jr. is back in there and whipping one over to Aaron Bidwell.
Great progression by Achilles, seeing the field, delivering the ball. Just patience in the pocket, allowing the guy to run open. Great spot, great ball.
Aaron and Brady Bidwell, two brothers on the team. We heard Brady Breeze reference their dad, Josh Bidwell, who punted for Oregon back in the day and is now in a volunteer capacity, has been the team chaplain.
Yeah. Josh is a great guy, great man of faith. Love what he's doing for this team.
Pass intended there for Brandon Smith. Achilles Smith's pass is incomplete.
Love to see Achilles deliver that ball a little bit sooner. I think he held on to it just a tad bit too long.
Something they're working on with Achilles. He has the arm talent. Yes. He has the physical traits, about 6'5", 6'6", but for him, it's just growing more comfortable in the position and becoming more of a leader.
I want the game to slow down for him. You know, once the game starts to slow down, that's when you begin to play fast. And I know that sounds crazy, right? He needs to slow down before I can play fast, but that's exactly what you need.
Nearly lost the ball there. Aiden Breland on the pressure. Let's go down to Chris Clayton.
Troy Franklin of the Denver Broncos. I know you've probably been asked this a lot, but Duck fans see you catch passes from former Duck Bo Nix. What was it like being able to just continue your chemistry with Bo Nix at QB?
It was great, man. You know, long story short, I just didn't have to, you know, get a connection with anybody else, man. We just got to continue our connection that we have from college and just continue to work on it.
Your all-time single-season record holder for receiving yards. You're back at Autzen Stadium. What goes through your mind as you're back here for a game day experience?
Man, just a lot of memories. You know, I was here for a good 3 years, man. Made a lot of good relationships, made a lot of good plays out here. And it's just always fun to come back and experience everything, man, and to just, you know, bond with the people that, you know, helped me get to the place I am now. So, most definitely.
What do you think it is about playing for Oregon that prepared you to have a successful NFL career?
Man, we play good competition, man. Everybody here has their best interest for you. You know, our coaches have all done it before at different levels and, you know, won national championships before and everything like that, you know, so they got the experience. And, yeah, it's just been nothing you can ask for, you know, so most definitely.
And this team's got a pretty talented young group of receivers. What stands out about that group to you with the little time you've been able to spend with them?
Definitely, man. You saw it out here today, man. Each Stu he comes out with the explosive catch, you know, go score. Then we got DeCorian Moore making his plays. We got everybody's out here making plays, man. It's nice to see that. And it's also nice to know that they're young and they're making their plays, you know, so it's a good thing going over here for sure.
Pedigree of strong Oregon receivers. Thanks, Troy.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you.
The wide receiver room this year led by DeCorian Moore and Jeremiah McClellan, who is not playing today. Two freshmen from last year returning now. for hopefully some super sophomore seasons. And then Evan Stewart, who we've seen pop in a major way in this spring game. Those are kind of the three leaders in the mix in the receiver room.
Deep room, a lot of talent. Just can't ask for a better room. And when you talk about a list of powerhouse guys, these are guys who all are in support of each other. But look at DeCorian. This is one of the best receivers in the country and showed that last season. His ability to run routes, understanding of concepts, being able to get open, high point the ball as we've seen on that play. Really looking forward to seeing what this kid does this season.
Xander Quinn has gotten an opportunity on this possession. Redshirt junior from Hilo, Hawaii, a walk-on who's never played in a regular season game.
Love to see guys get the time, be able to get out here and play ball, put on for these fans, show what they can do. This is what spring ball is all about. You know, obviously you don't get to see the marquee names, right? You don't see them for long periods of time. So this is a showcase for guys that you don't normally get to see, to show the fan base who they are, display their talents, and get the fan base behind them.
DeCorian Moore, the top returning receiver in terms of yards per game. Some of the total numbers last year down a little bit compared to what they would have been if he had stayed healthy.
Yeah. Health, the biggest thing in this game. Health, 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 health. If you can stay healthy, there's no limit to what DeCorian can do. We see it day in and day out, game in and game out, when he is available. The kid has it all. He has everything you need to be a great receiver in college football, but not only at this level, at the next level as well.
Hey, for more on DeCorian Moore, let's check back in with Chris.
Well, he's certainly healthy. DeCorian Moore has been really active lately with even Oregon track and field. Last Friday, 6th place in the long jump at the Oregon Team Invitational over at Hayward Field. He had a 7.48 meter jump. It's the first time he even participated in the long jump since a junior year of high school. And, you know, not every college football coach lets their guys participate in that. But we asked Dan Lennon, hey, why'd you let him participate and put his body on the line for that? And Dan said, it's Tracktown USA, man. Of course we're going to let him participate in track and field. And I think somebody up in the booth there, Kenyon, knows a little bit about playing football and being pretty strong over at Hayward Field.
I know a little bit about that. You know, it's one of the greatest experiences that I had playing here. Being able to go from the football field here at Alton over to Hayward Field, run the 100 meters, run the 4x1, run the 200. It was myself, the Michael James, Dior Mathis, being able to get out there, man, it's an incredible experience. And I think every player that comes here that has the ability to go over to the other side and switch their cleats for spikes should be able to go out there and do it. It's a beautiful thing, a great experience to hear that Hayward crowd get behind you, clap, and cheer you on through the finish line.
I love the way that Coach Lanning is embracing that really tradition here in Oregon, not just the Tracktown tradition, but having that crossover from the football roster.
Good run. Nice read.
It's T-ball right there. Tredarian Ball with the carry. Speaking of running, July 11th, the BTN Big 10K returns to Soldier Field in Chicago. Scan the QR code or register right now at btnbig10k.com to be a part of the 10K or 5K race and post-race tailgate party.
Listen, I plan to be there for that. I've turned into a little runner myself. I get out, go run 10, 12 miles. I remember at one point in time when a mile was long to me. Now I wake up and literally say, let's run 10 miles today. It's absolutely incredible.
That is incredible that you just wake up and say that.
Yeah, it's wild. It's absolutely wild because I never thought I would be that guy. I never liked running for fun, but I absolutely love it now. Oh, listen, it's all mental. Running is a mental sport. Being able to get up, and I'm a sight guy, so you get to see parts of the city that you would never see. So I oftentimes get distracted by what I'm looking at and don't have to focus on the time and the distance. But nevertheless, it is a great experience. It's relief, stress relief. I love it. Absolutely love it.
I woke up today and ran 2. And I was feeling decent about that until
well, listen, don't let me make you feel bad. 2 miles is great. You did more than I did today.
Okay. You probably had some people to meet here this morning.
I did.
I would imagine.
Yeah, it's always good to be back, man. Be able to get around the community, the training staff, the football team, come say hi, shake some hands, kiss some babies, come do some work. I mean, you can't ask for much more.
And we have a tie game. We still haven't seen points yet since halftime. Can one of these teams, Fighting Ducks, Combat Ducks, break through? This is a Dylan Raiola drive. He had that long touchdown pass early. And as the game has gone along, that pass was incomplete, looking for Nathan McCoy with Xavier Larice on the coverage. The defense has emerged on both sides.
And I was going to ask you, do you think it's the offense becoming stagnant, or do you think it's the defense rising to the occasion?
Hey, man, it's the spring game. We're going to be optimistic. It's the defense rising to the occasion.
I like where your head's
answer there.
I like where your head's at. I'm gonna jump in the car with you and put my seatbelt on.
You said it earlier, though. You expect at this stage, the defense to maybe be a little bit ahead of where the offense is. As
Brock Thomas, the quarterback.
we have a timeout, Combat Ducks. We're going to do a little switch up here. I think we got Brock Thomas, who's on the Fighting Ducks roster, going to play QB for the Combat Ducks right now. We talked about this a little bit with Dan Lanning, that there maybe has to do with getting specific players, specific rep count workload. They want Thomas in there, but they want the Combat Ducks in there.
Got to get that rep count. That's the only way coaches can really evaluate you. Is you get out on the field, get these reps in, and you really see what Dylan and Brock can do. Good run.
Good
run. Good physical run.
Cuts by Brandon Smith, the freshman from Fresno.
Brandon Smith, the ball carrier.
Dylan Raiola making, in a way, his Ducks debut.
Listen, the kid came in delivering the ball. Deep balls, him and Evan Stewart connecting, as you see here. Getting to the house. You love what you see from this. You love the excitement. And again, there's no secret about his arm talent. He has all the talent in the world, can deliver the ball, make all the throws, and so it's a beautiful thing to see out here live in the city of Eugene.
And again, we touched on this early in the telecast, but is it going to be him fitting under that new redshirt standard, which is a lot more lax this year, or is it the guy that's right now in the shotgun, Brock Thomas, returning into that backup role? The way we were told is that it's just a wide open, like at any other position on the field, that nothing is given to anyone. It's just a competition.
It's like you said, grit is due every single day, and I think there's no other spot in the country that exemplifies this like this Oregon Ducks team, that everybody has to compete. You got to earn your keep, and it'll be interesting to see who actually gets that. You have two capable guys that can come out in place of Dante and help this team win football games. Dylan proved it at Nebraska. Brock has proved it here. And so it's going to be interesting to see. I'm excited. There's nothing like good competition.
This is Brock Thomas with a pass just out of the reach of Hudson Lewis, one of the other honorary coaches, Tez Johnson. He's downstairs joined by Chris.
Tez.
One of the coaches here, Tez Johnson. What's it been like coaching this young and talented group of wide receivers?
Just seeing it is amazing, and having me coach it it's pretty hard when you look at it from a different perspective, from a coach's perspective. But it's been fun. I love it.
What's been some of the big pointers you've given these wideouts?
Every day you just got to treat it like it's your last. So that's one thing I've learned being in college and also in the league. So every day could be your last. So just go out here and play hard and have fun with your teammates.
If you could go back and as you're a younger player preparing for this spring game, what would the advice you would give to your young self?
Take some time and pause and look at the fans. Look at the people that's in the stands that came out here to see you and that drove so many miles away just to come see you play. Who knows? It might be the only game they came to see you play. So go out here and put on for that name on the front of your jersey and that last name that's on the back of your jersey. So yeah.
What do we have to have happen to see the signature backflip celebration? I don't want you to get hurt because of me, but what would have to happen?
After the game, if I'm feeling it, I'll do one.
All right, have the cameras ready. Thanks, Tez.
Thank you.
Hey, he had a great rookie season.
Yes, he did.
Already outperforming where he was drafted, and talk about outperforming right now. I mean, the defense, whether it be the Fighting Ducks defense or the Combat Ducks defense, has just gotten better and better every possession, Steve.
better and better on every level. Defensive line getting pressure on the quarterback, DBs locking in and putting these receivers in a car seat and strapping them up. You just love to see that. You love to see the competition. You love to see these guys compete. And you love to see the defense rise to the occasion as they are doing right now.
We got a new drive, 1st down and 10. And again, they're switching the quarterbacks up a little bit. It's Achilles Smith who is in there with the opposite roster compared to what we saw earlier in the game. He's playing quarterback now for the Fighting Ducks. And it's now the 2-minute timeout. So we were told, I think this is fairly obvious to say, but there's not going to be overtime.
Are you telling me we won't have a winner?
Well, I'm telling you we might not have a winner, depending on what happens here. Maybe they'll do a field goal kicking contest or something.
Listen, we got to have a winner. Somebody has to win, right?
You would think. You would think, but yeah, no overtime. We know that. As Smith drops back and put that one a little bit in harm's way. Peyton Woodyard, he's had a few moments.
He's had some moments. He showed up, made those splash plays. Wish he could have got the pick right there, because if he would have been able to get it, that would have went for 6.
Instead, it's a 3rd down and 8. Within the last 2 minutes of the half, stop time rules are now in effect. It's been running time most of the game. We haven't seen points since the first half. Smith steps up in the pocket, flag down, and this no contact with the quarterback's setup. That was definitely a sack.
Defensive line creating pressure. And also you got to give credit to the secondary, because the more time the quarterback has to hold on to the ball, that means the defensive line is doing their thing and the guys are doing great in coverage.
No foul, just 3rd down. 10 sacks between the 2 units, the Fighting Ducks and the Combat Ducks.
We are getting to the quarterback. Now, I don't know if you like that. I don't know if you love it. I don't know if you hate it. I don't know if it's a great thing, right, to see your defense doing it, but you hate to see it for the offense. 10 total sacks. You don't want to see that. Got to secure the line. Got to secure the main thing on the offensive side of the ball, and that is the quarterback.
We have a punt coming from the sophomore Nevada transfer who was on the Ray Guy Award watch list last year. All Mountain West honorable mention Bailey Ettridge is going to be the starting punter this year, taking over for Ross James. And coming up on this one with the ball going into the wind there is DeCorian Moore. Going to give the Combat Ducks another opportunity with 1:41 in the 4th quarter.
I love that today is winter. I love that. These are the days that as a returner you absolutely hate. You hate to come out, step outside, and feel the wind. I remember playing when I was playing during my days in the NFL. When I would feel wind, oh my Lord. You got to really lock in, pay attention to that ball. So I love this for the returners. A clear, easy day, there's no pressure to catch the ball. It's easy. You want to see these guys in conditions where they really have to lock in and really use their eyes to secure the ball.
Could be a challenge for the offense as well. As that pass is deep to DeCorian Moore. No flag.
No flag, and that's a little bit surprising, because I thought he was there early. I could be wrong, but I thought he was early. Let's see. Hand on him. Yeah. That should have been little flag. Flag should have been thrown. But listen, sometimes you got to let the kids play.
It seems like they're just maybe taking an opportunity to get quarterbacks some chemistry with other players, because we've seen a few straight possessions where they've switched the quarterback with the unit. So it's Dylan Raiola with the Combat Ducks for the first time. Throws this one away.
And also, you may situational football may play a part in this. May want to see Dylan get this 2-minute drill and see what he does with it.
Coming up next is Big Ten softball. The Bruins and the Huskies continue their huge series in Seattle on the Big Ten Network and the Fox Sports app. So again, stop time, regular time rules more or less in effect, with maybe some leeway depending on what Coach Lanning chooses to do. 3rd and 10 with $1:27 to go. It's Raiola at the helm, stepping out of the pocket, and the pass is complete
Amari
to Smith.
Washington was chasing down Billy Raiola. That is a
big guy. Yeah,
that is a big human being. He's too big to be moving that fast. Watch him. Run, big fella, run. Boy, that is not a sight you want to see. That is not pressure you want to feel as a quarterback.
Returning defensive tackle starter was all Big Ten. 3rd team last year, entering his 2nd year as a starter, senior from Detroit, as Raiola heads to the sideline, and going to be another opportunity for the Fighting Ducks after this punt.
Iverson Hooks. Get to see Iverson Hooks back there at the return spot. Hopefully we get a kick that he can do something with. Got good height. Confidence. He looked comfortable back there. And a guy that they talk about being very, very jittery, very explosive in his movement. So looking forward to see what he can bring to this offense this season.
Yeah, we haven't discussed him as much today. Some other receivers have made some more catches on offense, but Hooks is a UAB transfer that they're trying to break into more of an outside role in addition to his slot capabilities, and could have some potential this year.
When you turn on his tape, this dude is explosive. This dude, his agility going left to right, make guys miss in the open field, has big playability and fits right in with the rest of these receiving group in that receiving room.
It's Akili Smith Jr. and the Fighting Ducks with under a minute to go. Dan Lanning said that Akili Smith Jr.'s dad has high expectations for him, just like he had for himself.
As you should. He's been with this kid since he was born, so he knows what he's capable of. And Akili puts a lot of work in with Akili Smith Jr. These guys spend a lot of time in the off seasons and all throughout high school. And so when you know what your child is capable of, right, and you know what you were as a player, those expectations oftentimes fall upon your son. I think we're missing some calls out there today. I think Aaron Flowers may have been there a little bit too soon.
Yeah, well, I wonder if that's sort of in a spring game atmosphere. Probably not going to see as many flags.
Probably not. Probably not.
I don't know. I'm trying to dance around it a little bit, but if you know where I'm going there.
I know where you're going. I know where you're at. I know where you're at. I'm following. I'm picking up what you put down.
Okay. Always appreciated. 49 seconds to go. And, okay, maybe I'm wrong.
Illegal snap. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Devin Brooks with the illegal snap. Basically, false start there on the center. Both defenses pitching a shutout since halftime. Smith kicks that one out to Olesh. Andrew Olesh, the transfer from Penn State. That's a little bit of an interesting spot on the roster. Who emerges besides Jamari Johnson at tight end? Because they had that, beautiful combination last year with Kenyon Sadiq and Johnson.
Yeah.
Love to have 2 effective tight ends again this year.
And they also had a young guy come in Kendra, right, who has all the hype in the world around him, but you want to see him develop. You want to see him morph into that player that he was in high school and hopefully become even better and greater than what he was there. So this room is full of talent, but it obviously is going to take time to develop these guys. And listen, we had a treat last year. You had Kenyon Sadiq, you had Jamar, you had some guys, potential 2 NFL-ready guys that can go and play at the next level. So we'll get there eventually. We have all faith in the world in Dan Lanning, Merringer, that they'll get these guys there. We could have some action right here. I would love to see DK go up and catch that. Maybe I'm a little too hard on returners. You think I'm hard on returners?
I like that you're eagle-eyed with it. You're all over that aspect of the game because it's so important.
Well, this is what got me 10 years in the NFL. And, shout out to Darren Sproles because he really taught me the game from a return standpoint. He really showed me how to return the ball. He really showed me what it took, gave me the ins and outs, the X's and O's of becoming a better returner. And I developed the narrative around me in the league was I wasn't going to fair catch. But that came because I studied film, I read the football, and I was confident in my ability. I caught balls that I had no business catching without fair catching. I had coaches that once I went to their team, they told me they would tell their team, he's not fair catching, get down the field and cover.
Brock Thomas for a game-winning touchdown in all likelihood.
I think that'll do it. I think we can sign that, seal that, and it's over with. I think that should get the job done. What a play, what a ball. Again, big play, DeCorian stepping in and making the play that needs to be made.
The new Oregon track star was on the move right there.
Looked like he was on the track on that play.
For a touchdown.
Great ball. Great ball. Keep him running. DK, tuck that ball till you get in the end zone, young fella. Tuck that ball.
You think about the two-headed monster at running back, Hill and Davison, and then Moore and McClellan. It's crazy to think they're all sophomores coming back this year to lead the offense.
This team, the future for this team is very bright. Great group of young guys, and continue to get young guys in that's going to contribute. But check these guys out. That's what you do. Listen, you touch paint, you get in the end zone. You got Kayvon Thibodeau down there with the guys celebrating, getting hype. You love to see it. Special kid right there in DeCorian. Special kid. Special kid.
How so?
Listen, you see guys come in, right? You hear about him. And so before DeCorian came in as a freshman, there were all the hype videos going around of him making these spectacular catches. And so you wonder, okay, you did it in high school. Can you do it at this level? I had the ability, I was fortunate to be up here for the month of April last year and be around for spring ball. My very first day witnessing DeCorian Moore on the field, I said he's everything and more. His ability to run routes, again, understanding of concepts, his ability to catch the ball, his catch radius, what he's able to do with the ball in his hands. It's absolutely incredible to see a young guy come in and be exactly what he was in high school on the collegiate level.
And a good moment there for Brock Thomas, trying to, as a 5'10" walk-on from Eugene, be the backup quarterback for the second straight season and do it at maybe the expense of another highly touted player. And we know Dylan Raiola, who's back out there, is going to have a bright future for Oregon either way. It's just a little bit of a decision to make for the coaching staff. Maybe stick with somebody who's more experienced in the offense this year to come in emergency situations. It's a decision that'll have to be made as Raiola completes a pass to Marcus Dixon, and now there are 10 seconds remaining. They do have a timeout. Not going to use one. Raiola drops back in the flat. Ball is dropped by Tredarian Ball, and the clock hits 0. The only score in the second half, DeCorian Moore's lengthy receiving touchdown from Brock Thomas.
What a way to end the game. DK coming in, big moment, big play, making it happen.
Officially a 60-yard reception. So, hey, we saw the defense overall outperform, but a couple of long touchdown hits to Stewart and Moore are the highlights.
Listen, two guys that you expect to be there come season. Two guys that you expect to be the names that are called game in and game out, play in and play out. Those are the guys who have to step up big for this team. It's the guys that played last year, guys that have the talent, and guys that have the mentality to carry this team forward.
We're heading toward the fall season. It'll be around the corner just before we know it. Any other final thoughts of what Oregon football needs to do to just continue to assert themselves amongst the game's elites once we get to the fall?
Pay attention to the small details. The small details make up the big things. Hone in on that, hone in on your craft, and continue to grow and develop that nucleus, getting closer together, developing that brotherhood. Because oftentimes the best teams on the field aren't the most talented. They're the teams that are the most together. And so if this team can come together, grow, the sky's the limit.
I think we saw a unified bunch here today with the Combat Ducks behind Decorian Moore with a 17-10 victory over the Fighting Ducks. Next up, it's softball. UCLA takes on Washington with Chris Fosters and Sydney Supple on the call. For Kenyon Barner, Chris Clayton, our entire crew led by producer Bart Fox, I'm AJ Cannell. Good afternoon from Eugene.